And that's the way we start the show with the redhead.
And we are live. Welcome to everybody to another Friday show with us. If anybody wants to join, I just put the link so you can jump in with us. And yeah, Jefe is not here yet, but we made sure that you don't miss any of his slides. As you can see, we started from the end. I think it was going to be bacon, but well, I guess that one of
someone explain to me why there's a Barbie.
In case you were confused about where you are, now you know.
Why are you looking at the Barbie, George? Come on now. Are you just trying to fill in for Hefe?
The Barbie's right next to the boobies. I was looking at boobies. She's distracting me because listen, there's a topless Barbie, so there's like two sets of boobs there. I look at all the boobs. It's not my fault. I'm just trying to figure out why she's there. She looks like a crazy crackhead Barbie. Anyway,
all right.
Hi, everybody.
Let's go back to Battle Pirates. So, what does everybody think about all these flood of TLCs we got this week?
I don't know, but that was a classic intro. I'm just saying. There's a lot of fucking TLCs. Shit.
George, you're not going to have coherent thoughts for like 20 minutes, so I will start this off. There are a lot of TLCs. Yes, there's a Spiteful. There's the one for the Harlocks, Tideseeker. There's the new one for OP9. I feel like I'm missing one because there's so darn many. Well, the XP Weekend technically is not a TLC. Might as well be one.
The roguelike. There is the Homeland that is the new one, Spiteful. And
don't forget your dailies too.
The one that gives you the Harlock Tideseeker also. In case somebody's still missing. But the big question is, do you guys feel that you need to do them? If you already have done them, you feel forced to do them, or you just do them because you want?
I don't feel forced, but I know I'm doing the High Tide Elite because the last time I was like, oh, I don't need that extra one. Now I'm like, yeah, I might need that extra one just in case for the base. I'm not sure. So now I got to do that. The Spiteful I'm going to do because it's easy as piss. The roguelike I'm still kind of iffy on. I've already finished Homeland. I did my daily. What else is left? Is that all of them?
I think you covered them all.
Yay!
It depends. I don't feel like I have a particular need for a second Harlocks, and I don't want to spend, a month to get it fully kitted out, or even like 12 days normally because it has some tokens. But the other ones, the Spiteful one, I have Spites. They're fine. They're fully built. I'm okay. I don't need it. The roguelike, I don't care.
Did we lose Glenn?
So
Glenn is told that he's in the middle of a storm.
Bullshit. He got all excited with those pictures, and he went to the bathroom. That's fine. We know what happened. Go ahead.
All right.
Who am I echoing out of? Oh, Tito.
I'm not echoing. I'm just on my mic.
I can hear me, and when I hear me, I see your little green things going up. Yep.
Going to take volume down a bit. Let's see if that way works.
You son of a bitch.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, man.
You were saying you don't feel the need to do any of them, but if you want to get an extra spot, you can do it. Have you guys tried the Homeland?
I'm done. I did all 5.
And if you tried, how did you approach them?
FM Fleet and my baser. Killed everything.
Did you need the Pride likely Don Brewster suggested, or you did with another one? So in my case, I used the Malices and the Vendettas with the Zoe Vendetta on them, and I didn't feel the need of the Pride at all.
I did it with Revenges and Vendettas. I did Revenges and Vendettas, and I got in a rush last night because I wanted them out for VXP weekend, so I started opening up my my chests until I got enough repair tokens to repair them and go back in. I got the last one last night. So it's not bad. There's a couple of spots where it's kind of, it's like that last one's tough for some people. I've seen a lot of people get hung up on that last base. Well, it's the second last target, but that last base, I think, isn't it? No, it's the last target. It's the last target.
The last target is the second base.
The last base, because I haven't done it yet. The Nova Storm surprised me the first time, although it's very easy to kill if you just run away from it. I just sent my Hell Wraith fleet inside, and the subs kill that Nova Storm in a moment. You have to
We're
be
talking
careful
about.
You
Yeah,
actually
I'm
don't.
back, guys.
it's going to
Yeah,
shot
you don't
at
actually have to run away from it. If you like, I had my FM fleet in. I took my tank and I just started circling around like I was trying to kite it with my tank, while my Citadels just killed it. I didn't have a single problem with that one at all. I mean, that thing chucks
But
a
are you
shit
using
ton of
Bullseye
mortars. Though.
Brigade, or you were not using any crew?
No crew. No crew.
Mhm.
I mean,
I'm
if your
cheap, I
tank's
ain't gonna
healthy enough.
Yeah, I had my Tideseeker. My Tideseeker went right through the whole damn thing. Not an issue.
What
Not
about
even
you,
close to
Brian?
an issue.
Have you tried
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, I got one mastery run through. What's it done? I used my FM fleet because of the. I was able to sort of refit my tank. It's not completely done, but I actually made an auxiliary tank. It's nowhere near as good as the first one, but hopefully I'll be able to swap them out and do a round of FM all at once, and then go back and repair, and then do the next round. I'm swapping those two tanks out for 1 to 4 and 6. Although I did it the wrong order one time. But then 5 and 7, they're not too bad. I took a pride with a scattergun and some speed, courtesy of the 2-day FM token, and just ran it up the channel and had the Vens follow behind, and those are fine for both of the base encounters. So it's okay.
Yeah, the basic counters weren't bad, other than the fact that they got like 10 million freaking health points, armor points on them turrets.
Is Dr. Death rolling joints while we're on the air? Is that what he's doing?
No, I've got I got to drive 500 miles in the morning, so I'm rolling a bunch of cigarettes up. 'Cause I
Oh,
roll
sure. That's what they're called now, right? Yeah. Uh-huh.
I wish it was a doobie.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Yeah, but the question is not if he's rolling or not. The question is how you know that what is he doing.
Who knows? I don't want to know. We already know what he did in the bathroom because of the pictures, so.
See, I wish
Fair
this
enough.
was a bag of that, you know what I mean? But instead it's just tobacco.
So let's talk a bit more about the Homeland. What do you think about the new missile? Do you think it's going to stop Price, like people is saying?
I don't know. I mean, I'm building.
Hell yes, if it hits.
That's the question, because it's 75% accuracy, and well, there are setups that go all shockwave blades, so maybe they don't have enough evade, but there are other setups of Price I see with massive evade on them, and on those cases I'm not sure if that is going to be the answer to stop them.
Well, with the new special, that's another 50%. I think it was 70 base, so that becomes 105. But if you put a guidance scrambler or agility system all retroed up, and speed system 5, your accuracy or your evade on a pride is like 66, something like that. So, and you can always just run a phalanx and a bullseye brigade. So it does have to hit, but if it hits, it is a beast.
Yeah.
The problem is now there needs to be some sort of penalty for standing to kill those, because the mortars aren't going to be enough.
Yet.
No, the secret that you know what I've done? I've got one set back a little bit down my channel. So if you're going to come in and try and stand and take that turret out, that level 8 turret out to kill off that missile, you're going to be under the rain of fire from my Valiant and my Vanquisher that's in the front. So if you've got a Pride that has evade panels on it to avoid the missile, you're going to get chewed up by the Valiant and the Vanquisher. If you've got a Pride that's got the radioactive plate on it to avoid the Valiant and Vanquisher, then that scoria, that missile, it's not scoria, but that missile is going to tear you up. So I mean, it's a matter of positioning is the way I'm looking at it.
And then there's the new whole. It bothers me.
Liberator?
Yeah, it really, because there's a strange progression that's happened. We got the Pride, first tier 6 Conqueror. It's supposed to be stronger than anything we have, and on the outset, sure, it looks like it. the cap mortars that we got won't touch it if you drive it right, but there's still some skill. If you drive it wrong or get stunned or whatever, you can still die. But base 75. Okay. So there's skill there, and then we get a missile that basically negates the hull that we just got, and basically this as well, because it doesn't even have any pen deflection. The Liberator is better be quick or it's going to die. And so the turret that we get negates the 2 new Conqueror hulls that we get, and the Cataclysm mortars are completely negated by both of the 2 new hulls because they both have super explosive deflection. So if you had a Citadel in your base,
Bullseye Brigade.
yes, I'm kind of taking that out of the equation because it kind of makes both of these moot.
You almost did it. You almost did it.
I almost did it. So it's really weird because it's like, wait, what do I do? Like, I know you need the Hyena, but so many things that I was planning for base defense become effectively useless, especially because the Liberator also has unreactive, and you put the shockwave plates on that, and then it just doesn't care about your retribution unless it gets close enough to have it blown the heck up.
Well, we don't know how good of an unreactive it is yet.
I imagine it's 0.01, same as the rest. You've got to get the whole shockwave in a salvo, or it doesn't matter. And so it's like, what? I need to be able to plan, and I don't feel like I can reliably plan because these things take so long to build. 10 days, even with the 2-day tokens, that's down to 6. Well, within a week, they've just released this new turret, which counters both of the new Tier 6 Conquerors, and released another Conqueror that at 106 range, because it has that range bonus, and that's really why I'm upset about it. The range bonus, it changes the whole game in base design because 5 tiles in a wall isn't safe anymore. There was, depending on angles, things that were or weren't safe, but now you need to move stuff back a little more, and it just messes with all the designs currently. And so many strange things need to be done.
Here's my opinion about this whole thing, and I'll just be honest with you. Last year, Kixeye came out and brought out this Conqueror set, and they did a wonderful job of making it like a toy box.
Balanced.
You know what I mean? We were able to mix all kinds of different types of fleets together, and I'd go in with my gunboat and peek a base and decide, okay, well, I'm going to need a Malice and a Retribution, a couple Vens, or we mixed and matched our ships together to match the base that we were attacking. These 2 new hulls, I don't see it. I mean, if you're going to use the Pride, you need, for it to get maximum effectiveness, it needs to be in a fleet of 5. You know what I mean? This is not a mix and match hull. And the Spite is, because of its range boost, is going to be good to a point at prepping. The problem is that it's only got a limited number of weapon slots, and we don't have a really high-powered missile, so it takes a long time to beat through a level 8 turret.
And the Pride as well is also kind of set to be a group of 5 because of its stacking deflection bonuses.
That's what I'm saying. It's not.
If you build that right, you can, because the way I'm building it, I'm trying to take off as much building damage as possible because I'm going to use it to prep fleets. If you want to prep turrets, that's not an issue, man. It already has an inbuilt damage bonus. Plus, you start throwing on siege battery, siege target, and crap like that. You are going to be taking out those things. It's not going to be that slow.
I'm not saying it's going to be that slow, but what my point is that these 2 new ships they've gotten don't seem to have the same feel, the same mix match feel that our old Conqueror hulls did. You know what I mean? You're not going to grab one Pride and throw it with one Legionnaire and a Vendetta and a Mallet. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that with these 2 new ships.
But you kind of didn't do that before when you were getting to some of the better bases. I mean, you were and you weren't. You know what I mean? Like, you had to go in. I spite prep some bases. I mean, there's really good bases out there. I'm not going to be able to one hit them.
Oh, I haven't been one hitting for a long time. Like I said, I'd go in with a gunboat, see what they got, and then I might send in a Retribution prep to take out the guard. You know what I mean? And then depending on what turrets they had in there would determine, okay, what's going to be my spotter ship to go with my Vens. You know what I mean? I got freaking 38 Conqueror hulls right now. I was mixing and matching fleets for every different base I was hitting. You know what I mean? But these 2 new Conqueror holes are just, they don't fit into that same style. Does that make sense?
Yeah, actually, the Liberator is a bit confusing because do you guys remember that they got to nerf the Retribution when it came out? Because that
They didn't nerf the Retribution. The what?
The Retribution, it got
No,
to
they
be
didn't.
nerfed, the range, because it was sniping islands very easily, and they got to, because it was taking care of the second the second shot, the blue one that has extra range, and they got to nerf it because if not, you were sniping
didn't-
the islands with 110.
They didn't nerf it for that. The problem was it wasn't targeting. People were trying to target stuff and it would stop and not fire because it was at the range of the secondary weapon.
Mm-hmm.
There was no nerf. They just fixed it. That wasn't a nerf.
But now with this extra range on the missile, how much it gets? 106 or 107, I think.
106.
So as Brian pointed
something.
out, 5 tiles are not going to be enough in some of the angles when you're hitting a base to not get prep from the outside. So it's going to bring a lot of head edge to many bases.
Yeah, what's it going to be now? 5 and 3? Is that what it's going to be?
5 and 2.
Yep.
5 and 2.
Should be 5 and 2.
Unless you can beach really well.
Yeah, if you can beach it, then it's going to be 5 and 3.
And that depends if you're coming in from the north or the south too. So, where's Hefe? So I can say the isometric, projection. Get them all upset.
Hefe is supposed to come later if he is not trapped into whatever he's doing.
And another thing I think.
Hold on. Did they move his AA meeting to Fridays?
I don't know.
Another thing that I think's messed up about this Liberator, and it just irritated me. Why would you bring out a new Bloodthirst?
We already have like 6 of them.
That's what I'm saying. Why not this stack the Bloodthirst to the other Conqueror holes, just like the other Conqueror holes did? This made no sense that it can only stack itself.
Why?
If they want us to mix and match fleets, then let us mix and match fleets. So if I get Bloodthirst, if I kill a building with this ship, then it should give Bloodthirst to the rest of my fleet.
Well, here's the catch, right? We have the Pride. The Pride has the Prideful ability, right? This one has a Rival's Bloodthirst. When the Revenge came out, it was the only one that had that Bloodthirst, the Revenge Bloodthirst. We have no idea what else is coming, so I'm not going to jump to any sort of conclusions yet because, next month we're going to get the early hull and something else. Maybe it's a Conqueror hull with more Bloodthirst. Maybe you know what I mean?
You're right, but you're wrong at the same time.
That brings up a different point, though. That does bring up another point, though. What's the deal with the content overload they got going on right now?
I don't know. Hold on. I want to hear why I'm wrong from Tito.
Yeah, because you say that when the Revenge came was the only one with Bloodthirst, but after that, all the new Conqueror's holes that were added, they were adding on the same pool. Now you have the tier 6, and you have suddenly 2 new pools that are nothing to do one with the other.
Right, but you said after it came out, after more of them came out, we had more. There was only one at the beginning, and that's what I'm saying. We don't know if there's more coming.
But this is not only one. This is 2 already. Because
what Tito's saying is that when the Revenge came out, it was the first ship, but it had Bloodthirst. But then every other Conqueror hole, Tier 5 Conqueror hole, also had Bloodthirst.
Right.
So when we mixed and matched, you were stacking your Bloodthirst throughout any mix and match fleet you did. Now we got our first Tier 6 Conqueror hole, which was the Pride, and it had the Prideful ability, no Bloodthirst. Now we've gotten our second Tier 6 Conqueror hole, and it doesn't have the Prideful. It has this Rival Bloodthirst. Neither one of them can stack on the other, so it seems like they're going away from the mix and match design that was so good last year.
Or they're differentiating between tiers. They're making it even a clearer separate line, which I don't really agree with. I think it should just have, Revenge Bloodthirst. But what I think is this was awarded to us through a Legion TLC, through a faction-specific TLC, even though you didn't have to, be the Legion faction to participate, which is good. Thank you, Kickside. That was very nice of you. There's 5 factions that our OP can currently be aligned with. So what if this is one of 5, and every month or 2, we're going to get a new one of these, and they're all gonna have rivals bloodthirst because all 5 factions are each other's rivals. They're at war with each other.
See, and that goes back to what I think I just said. You don't know what's coming, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I'm
Tito,
going to
Tito,
call it now, and if I'm wrong, whatever.
Tito, in a month or two, we can go on the air and you can tell me that I was right. How's that?
My
that
question
Oh,
is,
God.
what's the deal with this? Why is Kickside pushing so much content?
I don't know, man. I'm still
that's
burnt
another
out from all the
point we have to
TLCs.
because with
Holy
with
crap.
Because
that cycle is 3 months instead of 4 months, and seeing that each month we are dropping at least 2 holes, I think that they are overflowing us again with a lot of holes to build.
Well,
Because
and
you can say
second
the Liberator is not neat, but well, if you want to keep going with the TLC and you read what they say to you, since that you're going to need at least a couple of these and a couple of these and a couple of the other one, I think that they are overflowing us a bit too much.
Well, the secondary problem with that is the dock. I mean, we're still at 120, and they're like, "Oh, well, you only need this or this." I'm like, "Listen, the last time you guys came out with a TLC type of thing, right? We had to have both the Tideseeker and the Hellwraith to actually do the whole thing, issue free. Okay, so if I'm going to have to build both, like I have a fleet of Ironclads and Cannoneers with the flagship, and they're all ranked. I'm gonna be really fucking pissed off if I built those Ironclads for shit. Because I had to have the Tideseekers last time, I had to have the Hellwraiths. If I have to do this every single time, not counting any of the Conqueror hulls that I want to build, anything that I want to use for base hitting or base defense, just 2 sets of fleets from each thing. What do we got? 10 and 4 different things, so that's 40 hulls, 40 ships out of that 120 is already gone.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
And you
We
have
need
to
more
take
room.
care
We
that
need
you
way
also
more
need at
room.
least 1 fleet for each of the chores.
Yeah.
And that, at some point,
No,
you-
actually, that's not true because
you're doing
what's
even
going to
more
happen?
fleets of each.
No, that's not going to be true because every time as we go into each raid, we're going to have those same fleets for the chores after, so we don't have to have a separate fleet for the chores.
No, but I mean, but you have to have it for the raid and the chore after. So you are going to have how many chores we have at the moment? We have base, we have the mines, we have the Uranium, the Draconian bases now Armada, River Armadas, so 2. We have the Forsaken mission, that's the 3rd. Which we have
But
any other one?
The Reaver Armadas was the last raid, so that's why I'm
Then we
saying
have
40.
The assault that
40,
so far
40 a year.
are not a chore. Thanks God.
It's still gonna be 40. It's still gonna be 40 a year because once you're done with the raid, you're gonna be using that fleet for the chores. You don't have to build another fleet for the chores.
Yeah, but I mean that between the Conqueror hulls and the fleets for the shores, in how many 2 or 3 years we have maxed that 120.
But here,
Oh yeah, I'm scrapping shit already.
But now here's another thing to look at too. Okay, so we're all in agreement. Yeah, you're going to have to build 40. Right now, the way Kickside set this up, we need to build 40 holes just for PvE, not counting what we need for Conqueror. Right now, say each hole, if you go with the best builds, the lightest and the quickest builds that you can come up with, you're looking at a bare minimum of 480 days of build time. Now, yeah, we do get tokens, but we get what, around 200 days worth of tokens in a year. So we're still sitting at 280 days of build time just to do PvE out of the year. So we got what, 86 days to build our Conqueror holes, and we're getting a new Conqueror hole almost every freaking month. So there's another 5 ships each month.
2 this month, and also like that's the thing.
Oh,
The first one was called
we've gone well beyond what we're capable of doing in a year's time. Without quitting. We're well beyond that point now.
The official, I guess, agreement to what you just said is basically this. Not to you, but
for me, I'm a pointer, so I'm going to get my holes. I'm going to have the holes built. Like I said, already got 36 Conqueror holes built. Now I've got 4 of the Prides out. I've got 4 of the Legionnaires out. And I'm going to keep cranking them out. You know what I'm saying? Every ship that comes out, I crank it out.
Build
But the
fleet
bottom
coin.
line is for the non-coiners that are out there and the low coiners, the people that can't afford to coin builds, they're
Me.
screwed. There's no way at this point in time in the game, no matter how many tokens they get from the FM, from the raid, so on, so that they can keep up in the game and continue to play in all aspects of the game. It's absolutely impossible.
And even then, like, I built a Zoe's Vendetta for base defense, like, before I ever saw the Pride. And now I'm like, okay, do I swap it and make it a hitter because it's garbage as a base defender now?
Yep.
Or it's like, well,
And-
I could have spent 9 days on refitting my Rhino, but now do I need a Liberator as a
Yeah.
defense spot? What? And then I just like short circuit and just fall down. Like my
Fuck
brain
it.
blue screen of
Say-
death.
You say fuck it and walk away. Glenn, the other thing that you didn't actually take into consideration on that, the timeline, the flagships, they're more than 12 days. So you pass that 480 days if you start adding in flagships.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? I mean, that's just that we don't, I don't know. I'm concerned.
You know, in the past, it used to be the coiner's advantage was the fact that we would have our holes out using them sooner than everybody else. But if you were a non-coiner, you could still slow build the fleet and have use for it and still play the game.
And still be relevant in the game.
And still be relevant. You'd be able to hit bases. You'd be able to do PvE. You were still playing all aspects of the game and playing. Now you can't do that. If you're not a coiner, you have to choose. Am I going to be a base hitter or am I going to do PvE? And, of course, if you choose the base hitting path, then you're screwed because you're going to fall behind in the game because you're not keeping up on the tech.
Yep.
So pretty much what they've done is push the non-coiners and the low coiners out of the base attack aspects of the game. And that's just wrong. I'm sorry. That's gonna hurt because people are gonna be like, well, why the hell am I doing this? I'll go play Farmville.
So
You know what I mean?
And there's two things. One is directly related to your point. One not so much, but it scares me. So the hole was named Pride. Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Let's say there are, lust, wrath, gluttony, all of it. Let's just say there's 7, sum total 7 Conqueror and Defender holes. Because we got to build Defender holes too, probably. And there was the Alpha earlier. So there's all those. And these 5, if I'm thinking right, 5 Rivals Bloodthirst holes. So that's what? 10, 11, 12 Conqueror holes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Defender holes to build. So 13, 14 for base defense in addition to all this. And the other point, because these are now tier 6, there are restrictions in place such that the only targets you can hit are VXP weekend targets.
Which is lame.
VXP weekend segue achieved. Dr. Death, go.
It's bullshit.
Well, I don't
I'm
say lame.
going to rant. I said I wanted to rant. I'm going to rant. Gixi, it is bullshit. Okay? Don't give me a damn hole and tell me that the only target I can hit is a damn target that I got a suicide on. I'm
And
sorry,
then-
but that's bull.
And then make it 100,000 VXP to actually get it ranked all the way. That's
Yeah.
Oh my
the kick.
God.
That's the kick. That's the kick in the teeth for me. I can kind of
I
live.
would.
I can kind of live with having to do it on VXP weekend. I'm not happy about it, but I can kind of sort of live with it until I went, holy shit, I have to hit 17 of these motherfucking things. Or was it 17, Tito? Is that what we said?
Yeah,
17.
17?
17.1.
To rank it all the way. What the actual fuck?
I wasted
No,
or
no,
spent
no,
whatever you want to
see,
call
here's the
2
thing.
silver of
I
those
would not have
salty
given. I
dogs
would.
to get
You know
there.
what? I would have gone out and hit 17 targets and not had. They could have increased the
Yeah,
VXP.
you're a
Tier
filthy
6.
coiner, though.
Take
I'm
it up.
not.
No. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying if they want to increase the amount of VXP that we have to rank the bigger holes, the tier 6 holes, fine. But give me a freaking target that I'm going to get VXP off of damage and shit as well as taking damage. So if I go out there and I drive well and I'm playing the game, I'm happy. But when I'm just sitting there, okay, hit attack and wait for my fleet to die, I'm not.
See,
So
that's
I
another
have-
thing. That's another thing I could kind of sort of live with too. Is suiciding off of the things. I kind of sort of live with that too. It's just I just don't. I don't know. I said, the kick in the teeth for me is that high VXP thing.
I'm sorry,
so
but
I-
I'm completely
Because
different.
I
than
can
you,
understand
George.
that
I didn't.
it
I don't.
costing a
I
bit
don't.
more to get into school rank. No, I could understand that if we are talking about 47, that's what we were hitting last year. That this year, I don't know, was 60 something, but man, double. I think that scale is way too high, because if it comes to tier 7 hole, what we do, we put it. We have to make macros just to do the BXP, because nobody's going to be there sitting hours and hours just to see the fleet suicide the same way. I think they have to fix that some way.
Yeah, it is both. It's what, 5840, triple salty, by the way. Triple salty. So you need a very specific, reasonably rare to roll crew. You know, you would need 9 of those this weekend to skull any non-tier 6 ship. And I can understand a tier 6, you know, it's better tech. Needing more VXP to rank up? Sure. That makes perfect sense from a game design perspective. But even so, I have 4 Prides and a Liberator and a Zoe's Vendetta that I'm hoping to rank. And now I was thinking, oh, maybe I could, you know, do pretty well and get him in the 60s or whatever. But now I don't even think that's going to happen, because I just don't have, A, the triple salties. I've only got 4. B, the time, because it still takes 2.5 hours for my fleet to repair. And I don't have the time to be sitting there, you know, like I leave my fleet to slow repair and I have to sleep. So that's time I'm losing and this and that. There's only 36 hours. So even with the triple salties, I might barely make it in your 36-hour window. But that's, you know, me being there on call every time and
Not having a life, not
Your
having
game-
a job, not having other commitments.
yeah, your game's not that good, Kixeye. Like, it's not actually heroin. Some people have spending habits to suggest that it might be, but, you know, that's them and to each their own, and I hope they gain value and have fun. But this is ridiculous. Combine both of those, bad. I think what they should do, you know, VXP weekend, this weekend, okay, sure. What if every weekend they spawned these 100s and 55s, and maybe they don't pay out as much, you know, this time, but what if they paid out instead of what 5840 is almost 2,000 normally. So what if they paid out, you know, 1,000 or 1,500 normally? So every time you roll a double salty, there's a little value in there, and you could work at it the slow way. Because again, there's literally no other way to rank these holes. Literally none. If I see another post that says, "Why can't I hit salvages?" I'm probably going to laugh at them and then close it and delete it. But
It's just
Yeah. Because I can understand that you cannot hit the salve, because if you remember with the tier 5, you are hitting salves to get one single experience point because of the armor difference.
And yeah, that's the thing too.
I
It was
don't
doable, but it
give
was
a shit.
dumb.
I don't care.
As you
And I
said,
don't- but here's the thing, Tito. I don't care.
something on the map that you can hit. It's a problem because not people. There is people that don't want things on the map, but yeah, maybe the weekend thing was going to be a good idea. The problem is that there is people that is working, especially in the weekends, and those are going to complain. But yeah, they have to do something. They have to bring something that replace the salvage, or that it supports the salvage so you can rank
Keep
some other way.
the earths on the map. Keep the earths on the map all the time.
But can you hit the
Or
earths
hit
with
them
the
on the
pride?
map, but you have to do
Yes,
something.
yes, you
So
can.
If somebody is busy this weekend and cannot rank, he's just waiting for the next month just to be able to rank these things.
Yep.
That's a huge mistake, I think.
Well, not only are they waiting for the next month to rank those things, but on top of that, you've got to have the holes out. So we got 2 holes. Look at this. We just got the Liberator Tuesday. We got the Pride last weekend. So we didn't even have a full week to have
Well,
2 fleets ready for VXP weekend.
hold on. We got the Liberator campaign Tuesday, but they also gave us 6-day tokens for each one that we won. Like I have all 5 of mine out
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We got the
Okay,
campaign
Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
We got the campaign on Wednesday. What Brian said. But they gave us
Yeah.
a 6-day token each time we won one. I have all 5 of mine out. They're not built all the way, but they're out.
But okay, but now what if you were trying? But okay, here's the thing, George, you're a top end player, so you of
No,
course
I'm not.
get yeah. Well, you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to PVE, you always make certain you get all the content. I ain't
Okay.
talking about base hitting aspect. I'm talking about just the PVE.
Okay.
To make certain you got the tech depth, the content, everything else. You don't miss out on content. Now, do you?
No. Content is key.
So you make certain you always have everything. You've always got a plan so that you can make certain that you bring out, whatever it is they come out in the raid, you've got your ships built. But there's a lot of players that don't have that same tech depth, don't have that same experience in the game, that are still trying to get prides on Friday. We're still trying to have prides built to rank today. You see what I mean? So they got screwed because if they're still building prides, they didn't have any dock space to build the Legionnaires.
Well, here's the other aspect too: is to do that campaign, you had to have a baser, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier about, hey, we got to build all this shit. When are we going to build it? If I didn't have a halfway decent baser, I would have been fucked. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have been able to do it. I mean, you need a really good tank to pull off the whole thing in one run, and a baser. You need to have both, and that's a lot of people are not going to have the Liberator.
Yeah, not to mention in
Right, we have a new addition into the panel. Hello.
Yeah. In Counter 6, there's a massive long-range dreadnought shooting mortars halfway across the map.
If you drive around the dreadnought with your tank, your sits can kill it with no problem. It just needs a little bit of driving. It got me the first time, and after that, I looked at it and I was like, okay, I know how to do it. That's just
And how many of you guys think that these targets we're hitting on this campaign could be a preview of what could be coming on as the Garrison raid?
I thought. Well, Garrison's supposed to be stationary targets, are they not?
Yeah,
Well, it's mostly the time they are stationary is just the end, so it shouldn't be that huge
Garrison
difference.
Assault has moving ships. Garrison has station.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I like the design of the campaign. I thought it was really neat how they had you kill everything, but then there's these ships that get all mad and come in and come at you, bro. Except for Encounter 6, fuck that ship. I used my Hell Race because my tank would get real low, and then my tank would die, and I couldn't outrun the Morts, and my other ships would die. So I just brought in my Hell Race and just was like, okay, you have thermal, but your Morts can't hit underwater, and I'm way too fast, and now you're dead.
Why aren't you running my Tide Seeker, man? I gave you that damn build.
I don't have time to build that crap. Well, it's not crap, it's good, but I don't have time to build it.
Once back to the problem of we don't have enough. There's just unless you're coining, you can't keep up.
Which is really weird because near the end of last year, what was it, like November? I was at the point where I was like, oh, I don't know what to build next. This is cool. And I liked it. I liked the fact that I could actually stop playing with builds again. And now all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, I don't know what the hell I can do next.
Yeah, because
it's like
they've dumped content overload on us. I mean, they literally have just slammed us with so much content. It's insane. And this crap of running all these TLCs and the week after the raid. I mean, come on. People were already tired from grinding on the fucking raid. Then you're going to throw all this crap at us on top of that?
Yeah, there is literally no reason for this to be a mastery style campaign in the fashion that it is. None.
Oh no, that made me mad at the Hornet's Nest.
Money is a reason, but then you're kind of a unethical maneuver on the company. Like, no, this could have just been 5, 6, 7, and then we win the hull and a couple of build tokens to get either a fully built 1 or 2 shells out on the water for VXP weekend. Like they've done every other time they've done something like this, and it would have been great. But no, they have to make it to go through 5 for a hull that, like, who's running 5 Liberators? I'm not running 5 Liberators. George might.
Well,
no, are you running 5 Liberators?
No, I'm. I mean,
yeah,
I built
nobody
5.
is.
But the thing is it's a mastery campaign. Okay, cool. I thought personally that the target was just. I liked it. It was cool, but it was too long. I was so bored after the second time. I was like, oh man, come on. I just want to get through it. It took too long. I'd rather just have like 3 really hard targets, like the Mega Hull campaigns. I love those because it's two hits. They might be hard. You might get your ass kicked sometimes, but it's just 2 and you get done. You know, I could live with more damage and less targets. I could.
Okay, I think Mary was calling to say something before, and we all overstep him.
Well,
Mary,
talk
look,
over us for God's
yeah,
sake. Interrupt us.
it's like Thanksgiving dinner, man.
slap
You
these
just gotta
people,
elbow in.
step on top of him, because if not, he's not ever shutting up.
Yeah, Death.
Mary?
Yeah.
What'd you want to say, Mary?
No, I think you were saying something before, but they all overstep over you.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Yeah, a lot of us do like the little more damage over the repetitive encounters, but the majority of players prefer more targets with smaller damage because they don't have the coin.
They want to
keep that
grind it.
trying to accommodate them a little bit in that sense.
Well, with the mega hull campaigns, I think are balanced really well because it's like driving Cannoneer or Hellwraith. If you do it right, you can get away with getting through the whole thing. If you screw up, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
You know that I kind of I know it's frustrating for some people, but I don't know. There's so much shit that I got to do in the game already. I'm like, ugh. There are times it's just like, oh, come on, really?
Head meets wall.
Although I do got to give props to the design team. I'm sorry, the artwork team again, because they did a good job with these again. They're hitting it. I would like to see some more skins.
Yes.
Like if Kixeye wants to sell some skins, by all means, man, some skins. Put them in the in the daily deal things. I mean, badges. I know people buy badges.
I think that was the problem though, that we haven't seen skins in a while. I think the reason was because they weren't drawn. They just weren't. There weren't enough people chasing them.
Could be true.
Yeah, it must be taking a lot of time to make the design, and if you don't have enough people then buying, you cannot pay with that the amount of time that you spend.
But I still I have no comprehend. I can't even begin to comprehend why Kixeye has just gone into overload. I mean, because they literally have just gone into overload. It's been insane.
Well, if you think about it,
They seems to be a bad cooker. They are never going to make the meal with the right amount of salt. It's or too fat or too salad or too sweet, but they don't have an average.
if you look at the Liberator though too, like they released it right after the Pride. Why? This could be a Pride stopper if built right. It's got corrosive deflection on it. VXP weekend.
It's got concussive deflection on it. The corrosive deflection is only on Bloodthirst, and Prides typically have. If there are few enough Prides, then yeah, this could pose problems to them, and it outranges them too.
Yeah, but it's likely they have released the Achilles talon to that Pride hold too fast. The turret and the hull are making a good tandem to stop it.
Yeah. And again, we have to build them, and someone's got to build them and test it and make sure they're any good. I like the hull. I just don't think it should have been released immediately after the Pride. It did need to be released before VXP weekend because of the rules.
I don't know anything.
You can hit.
Well,
Brian,
I
I
wonder
think
if
that
it came
this
out.
rule was supposed to be coming next month.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I was
And
about
they
to
put
say
it
that.
one month ahead because they are going to release the whole for the next raid type.
Because they did that. Yeah, they did that when they did the Hellwraith early. Remember? They popped one out in a TLC.
Yeah, and the same with Hell Raid that they released in August. Because of that, it was the Retribution that they added in one TLC because there was no time to release it any other way.
So yeah, maybe I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility.
Well, they could have done like they did the other time and just made the Liberator a prize on the way to getting the whatever, the Mortarnier. I'm calling it the Mortarnier.
Mortarnier.
Because the Cannoneer.
I wonder how many points it's going to take. I'm worried about that. Well, how's this? I'm not worried about it if they keep the damn 100s the way they are and that's all we have for the S set. But if they add another freaking target in the S tier, Yeah, I'm not going to be all that happy.
They will, because last cycle they added a target just for the Tide Seekers. We have Cannoneers, we have Ironclads, so they're going to add another S set target just for the Ironclads.
No, they add other S set targets because they always had the S set target in the last raid of the cycle. They've just done that in order to present a new challenge. You didn't need the Tide Seeker for a specific one. I did them both with Hellwraiths, and I did just fine, except when I screwed up on a 107, but that's beside the point. You can use the Cannoneers for both of them, and you should be able to. Otherwise, what was the point of building Cannoneers?
Yeah, the problem is that the 107, at least last time, if you were not in a server or connection that was good enough, you couldn't drive with that finesse. It was very more.
It
The
hurt.
punishing on that one was harder than in the other one.
It was very,
So-
very, very punitive in its design.
And yeah, it was likely you have to do it in a specific moment. If not, was becoming quite complicated to get through those drones and not get hit at all. It could be done, but it was not easy. In fact, I think it took a few days for the community to find how to do it.
And if you screwed up, you lost a ship. It doesn't matter that they're little drones. They hurt.
Yep. Although I will say the 100 is punitive in nature as well, because if you mess up just a little bit,
Oh
you're
yeah.
hurting. You are so hurting. And the Cannoneers are expensive to frickin' repair. That's another issue that I hope they address that for the next raid set. I don't want a hull that takes like a fleet to take 14 hours to repair. That's going into the bad old days. And that's with no
Well, the
armor.
thing- But they could fix that now. They could go in and tweak the repair time of the Cannoneer, but they don't.
Change the
Yeah,
repair
because
coefficient.
that's the
Yeah.
problem. That the scalings are sometimes insane. Because how much was the Apollo 5?
It was like
5 hours,
0.51
maybe?
or something.
No, I had mine.
It was an hour
I
and a
had,
half
I had 4. I think. No, was I running 3 or 4? I think I was running 4, and it took. Shit, I can't remember.
No,
I don't-
I'm
I didn't
talking
really-
in without raid time. O sea, in a normal day, it's 5 hours to repair a full fleet of
It-
3 or 4 Apollos.
4. I think it's
It's
4
an
hours.
hour.
something.
An hour and a
4
half.
hours something.
4 hours.
1
Then
hour
we
and a
went
half.
into the into the 10 hours. I think it's the fleet of the Hellrace, if I recall well. And now in
Depend-
this one we are going close to the 20 because it's 3 or 4 hours depending if you put D5 or D1s. So yeah, it's likely they don't know arithmetic progressions. They go exponentially, and it's likely it's time double the last one.
They might not
At some
also
point they have
because
to
look
stop.
at how many players were doing the S set for 0 repairs. That one mess on
No.
their part is going to give Kixeye coin.
That's an option if you can do it. For example, in my sector, my girlfriend was doing 100s, and she was doing 12 of those for 3 hours and a half of repair. So she did incredible. But there were others that I think I saw fleets of Cannoneers go into the same 100 likely 2 or 3 times because they were making a mistake and the blast from the middle turret was killing that.
Yeah, I mean the design of that target's punitive in nature, and that's fine. You know what? If I screw up, because it's supposed to be skill, it's the top tier target, and if you screw up and you die, that's fine. That's great. I got no problem with that. I have a problem with the 14-hour repair with no armor. That I have a
Yep.
problem with.
Yep.
That's 2 very distinct issues.
And
You
you
know
know
what I
they're going to bring in, and here's where we're going to get the kick in the teeth next raid. There will be a second target. It will be more difficult than what the 100 is, and the top prizes, which we're going to have to get to be set up for the next raid, are going to be outrageously freaking priced.
Yeah, I am a little concerned about how much it's going to be.
But at least
And-
it'll be a 6-day raid. Hopefully. Probably. Please. Ian?
Well, yeah, because it's a whole raid, so it'll be a 6-day raid. But I mean, come on, still, I don't care. I don't want to freaking, I don't want it to burn through 90, 100, 200,000 points just to get one ship.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Hello, Daniel.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, it's about damn time.
Hello.
Oh,
So
hello,
we can
George.
stop. We can stop the search party and all these things we have said because we didn't find you anywhere. Welcome back.
Thank you. Even though George is missing me,
Take forever to show the hell
George
up,
is
just
is
like a
messing
woman.
with you.
I was waiting for my food to get delivered. Dang it! So shush it.
Sure. Likely story. What sector
Yeah,
are you in now?
Delivered out of the deep fryer.
I'm missing a damn ship.
So Daniel, since you have joined us now, what do you think about this flood of DLCs and hosts we have since the year started?
Let's see here. My prides are legendary and my liberators are legendary. So what do you want to know about them?
Damn, really?
Okay,
Filthy
Yeah.
we have the
Coiner.
coiner in the room.
Well, we can thank George for that because he provided me the coin to do it. So
Filthy Coiner.
I love the Pride. I think it's a really good base hitting fleet. But as far as the Liberator, I think it's the replacement for the Spite. That's just my opinion.
It's limited though. That's the one thing that's a little strange to me, is it's limited.
Yeah, and the limited I don't like, and I don't know. It seems that we are not going to see a new remote targeting with missiles since the Rhino was off and it's not even a Conqueror hull.
Well, I mean, the thing is too, it might be limited because it's also a game-breaking mechanic in the range. You know, I mean, I don't know how many bases are going to be. You're gonna, I mean, just put this in a fleet with hell, even the Harlock Citadel and Citadels, and go in and snipe bases. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So even that doesn't matter, one or the other. The range 110 is or 107 is going to give a lot of headaches to many bases.
Yeah.
Hey George, have you tried? You've probably got shells. Have you tried taking a Liberator in with that 106 range and sniping the campaign bases?
I have not. That's not a bad idea.
I'm thinking it could do that. Yeah, you could just like hit the mortars on number 5 from the top, maybe. Who knows?
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Wait. Which campaign?
The new one, the Legion one for this. You get this hole and then you use it to beat it. Because
No,
that's
you
how
can't.
Kix rolls.
You can only
No?
you can only use this
Right.
hole to hit two of the
On number
two of
on
the
5 and
Well, yeah,
5 and
yeah,
seven.
but like you
Seven.
can snipe the islands. I'm thinking you might be able to snipe the islands, on 5 and 7. Well, on 5, maybe not 7 so much, but
7 actually. Now that I think about it, I'm trying to think. If
you have to
come in
work your way
from that
around. That's a
bottom
long
side,
one, but yeah, actually, yeah, if you work it, yeah,
The
I'm.
side from
That's
where you
my plan.
start.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm just probably gonna make like one of these as a, spotter and maybe a prepper, and one of these in base guard, and I don't even need the other ones, and so I just save those 6-day tokens. Because a fully built one of these is maybe 12 days, not even that. So, heck,
Yeah, there was somebody in the chat that I think said that what he did was use 4 tokens to build 2 of them because he was not going to build 5.
yeah.
A
That
fully
makes
a
sense.
fully built Liberator is I think it was 9.5 days.
I guess it
That's-
depends what you have on.
Right. I know somebody in the sector where I'm at said that theirs, which was a little different than mine, was about 10.5 days. So, not so bad of a build. I think the repair is going to be cheap. But like I said, I think it's a replacement for the Spite, to be honest.
I think it's a really great like spotter prep. Like I'm just thinking of I'm going to make this thing go fast and like not even care. Like if I find the room, I might put ion thrusters on it just for the hell of it. I don't think I'll find the room, but
I actually lost one of my 6-day tokens,
oh no.
and I talked to support about it, and they're like, "Oh well, you used it. You used it." No.
Is your Liberator in the dock? Do you have one built or in your?
See, we have somebody here in the chat saying that Liberator is about 10 days build total, while the Zealous is 7 days just for the whole. Yeah, and I
That's
hope
how the
that you
Conquerors
never
are.
walk into the path
Yeah.
of building flagships, because if not, you're going to get very upset when you start to see all
Oh, you're gonna
flagships
be
that
so
still are
salty.
17 days to build.
Putting
Oh, Vasaka with Punisher.
spare time with
Oh, I was thinking that same thing, Brian.
Yeah, I expected that when they decreased the amount of points you were needing, they would do something as well with the building time.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
they could have just made it like a normal Punisher build time.
Oh, come
Seems
on now,
fine.
Brian. You
Yeah,
know that the
you can
the
snipe.
Slagos Punisher is the best ship in the game.
Brian, you can snipe that
No.
island in the last one with the new ship. You can
Oh, if you go
Easily.
around,
easily, yeah, on the
All
on the
right.
bottom side. You might actually be able 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might actually be able to clip that the behemoth too to splash out some shit.
ooh,
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
those behemoths they're strong. I had a Pride, so it didn't matter, but they look strong.
Their name is apropos.
They're Gamma. I expect them to be called Alpha if they were that strong, but we already have an Alpha. Ironically, it's good enough for defense, but
Well, we are close to reach the frontier of the 1 hour. Is
And?
there any other subject you guys
Yeah.
want to talk about?
The fuck does an hour have to do with anything in this show? I mean, seriously?
it is this show. I mean,
No shit.
And if you want, I
Good
keep you awake
lord.
till tomorrow morning, 12 o'clock your time, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hold speaking that many. I think that even you are not able to speak that many hours.
I can.
well, there's
I
like
took classes. I took classes. Damn it, I can do it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, there's a
was
phone
it?
book somewhere. Hold on.
Was it Pulse? That you're reminding me of someone who actually had to have like vocal cord surgery because they made him cast for like 5 hours, 3 or 4 days in a row, like 6,
What?
7 hours, something. Yeah, I think it was an League of Legends caster from Europe. That they like didn't. The contract was structured that he had to like they didn't give him breaks, so he just and someone got sick, so we just went on like a 3 or 4 day run of just like 5, 6 hours a day of casting, and he actually had to have surgery because his vocal cords were
Good
very
lord.
damaged. Ugh.
Alrighty
That-
then.
See, don't let that happen to you, George.
Yeah. Because I'm that loquacious. No, I don't think so.
But you write
But
with so
anyway.
many fancy words in your articles.
I speak like that as well sometimes. You know? I mean, maybe I know Stu can't understand it.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Stu. Life's a bitch.
Oh, don't put a res capacitor on the Liberator.
Oh my god. Christ. Please, Lord in heaven. I mean, I am the first person. I am the first person to do weird crap on a ship. But man, I don't understand that shit at all. I have no idea where they came up with that idea.
There's a difference between weird and bad.
Yeah, yes, there is.
Also, mouses don't go on Furies.
But don't be bad, guys. Tell them what he has to do instead of the resonance capacitor. What he has to put.
Yeah, siege battery, and it's a shame because one of these is like a day and 17 hours to build, and one of these is like 7 hours to build. So it's
Oh
tempting.
no, Brian, come on now, give them the right advice. They want to put the resonance battery on.
For the jam for the defensive.
I think that the key is put the resonance capacitor with the Nautilus one, so that way you can trigger yourself.
You know, I
Not-
just about spit
not
soda
totally
through my
not
nose,
one.
guys. Come on now.
Success. Secondary goal.
Like in the past,
Brian,
no?
you're
Like when
an
you wanted
ass.
to throw somebody, you told him, you know what? Put the battery for the subs because that's helping you keep longer on comms.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
I missed
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
an old troll joke in this game.
I didn't get it. I've been around for a while. I don't know what that reference was. Tito, I don't know about you sometimes, buddy.
Yeah, I've been around since Blackwater days, and I so did not get
Okay,
that.
we have somebody new. Dennis, what do you have to say, mate?
Dennis!
Hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Dennis,
Wow,
you
you
gotta
sound like you're on the moon.
volume on something, buddy. That's better.
Now we have a wolf on the moon, so soon we are starting to hear
Oh,
the
oh,
whole-
oh, oh. That means Danielle has to howl. Come on. Danielle. Howl at
No,
the moon.
George.
Howl at the moon.
No,
Howl at the moon.
no.
Damn it.
You can't make me so.
I'm going to publish those pictures you sent me.
What? Of my purple wolf?
Oh dear.
Oh Lord.
How do you think she got
So
the 50
if-
coin?
If we
Yeah.
Oh!
After show.
If we stall this cast for like 5 hours and I take my mic outside, we got some coyotes. You can hear them howl.
That would probably
And
be
never,
better.
and never stop.
That's why you shoot them. Oh, wait, you're in California. It's illegal to have a gun. That's right. The Republic of California. Anyway, anyone else have anything? We got something? What's going on?
No.
I think that's it.
That sucks.
I'm playing with sound. I can't hear you guys all the way.
That's probably a good thing.
It's probably better, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you cannot hear us, you're not losing anything.
Especially
But,
Tito.
That,
Thanks to
No, I
for
strategic-
Though I think I want to talk to Danielle in the after show about what she's selling, what pictures she's selling for 50 coins.
I'm still waiting
All
for,
right.
for a rant from Dr. Death because he was promising a rant. I didn't hear a
I
rant.
started to go off and I kept getting cut off in my rant.
Well, hey, you know what? The floor is yours, bitch. Go.
I put my whole rant out in segments, damn it.
Oh,
Really? You got nothing now? You get the floor, you got nothing?
Got nothing, man, nothing.
Damn.
He
Amateur.
did rant. He did rant pretty well earlier.
Yeah,
That
I
was-
was
that was
ranting and I
solid,
got
yeah.
cut off, and then I started back up again and cut off, and started back up again and cut off, and I finally got it all out. It just took most of the hour for me to get through the whole rant instead of doing it in one chunk.
That's because George likes to interrupt people.
I do.
I believe that was was
Okay.
also me. I'm pretty sure. But we also had to
well,
make sure
if
that
somebody
we-
wants to hear about these people keeping fighting itself or going harder, just join us on the after show. I will post again the link. But thanks everybody for joining tonight. Thanks for the panel for being here.
Later, everyone.
Good night.
Have a
We
good
got to
Good
have
night,
to
everybody.
next week.